In our school, we offer programs such as exercise science, which is where we are right now, and we have a dental program, as well as our medical assistant and phlebotomy program with our health technologies. And you'll spend a lot of time collaborating. In this industry, you have a tremendous amount of responsibility. You also get to have a tremendous amount of fun. So I'm going to turn it over to our instructor here with our exercise science program, Mr. Preston Thomas.
Hello, my name is Mr. Thomas. I'm the instructor for exercise science and sports medicine. And today we're just going to do a little skit about inversion ankle sprains.
I'm Haley from Wilmington High School. I want to be an athletic trainer.
I'm Lyric. I'm from Hillsborough High School. I want to be a doctor.
I'm Logan. I go to Clinton Massey and I want to be a physical therapist.
I'm Ashanti from Wilmington and I want to be a physical therapist.
I'm Kyle Holland and I'm from Wilmington and I want to be a personal trainer.
Ow, my ankle!
My name is Lyric Rickman. I'm from Hillsborough High School. What does it hurt?
It hurts right here.
Have you had this pain before?
I've never had it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how does it hurt?
A 10.
Athletic trainer.
Hi, my name is Logan. I go to Clinton Massey. What's up? We're going to evaluate her foot and put ice on it for 20 minutes.
Hi, my name is Kyle Holland. I'm a physical therapist. I heard you have an ankle injury. Is that true?
Yes.
Can I help you out?
Yeah.
Alright. May I touch you?
Yep.
Alright. This is what they call TheraBand. This helps to strengthen the ankle. I'm going to put it on there. I want you to do 3 solid, slow reps. Can you do that for me, please?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Alright. I'm going to help you up. You want to work on putting some stability in that ankle. Alright. Come over to the side of the table. Can you put weight on that?
Yes.
Alright. Come over to the table. You sit down. What's underneath you? And I'm going to help you up on the ball. Can you do this?
Yep.
Alright. So I want you for 5 seconds to close your eyes and just try to stay on the ball. Alright. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. Alright, you are done. And sit back down. Now, I'm going to point you to an athletic trainer to help you get more stability and go back to play.
I'm Haley Schroeder. I'm an athletic trainer. I'm from Wilmington High School. And we're going to tape your ankle to help you return to play with stability for precaution. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the heel and lace pads to prevent blisters. And then after we do that, we're going to apply pre-wrap to prevent the tape from ripping the skin. We're going to go from all the way up to the top, pulling tight all the way to the top of your calf muscle where it pops out. And then after that, we're going to apply anchors right behind the head of the fifth metatarsal, otherwise known as your pinky toe. It's like right at the end, you can touch it and feel it. And put it right behind there so that your foot does not resist movement. And then all the way up to at the top of your gastrocnemius, otherwise known your calf muscle. And now we're going to do 2 horseshoes, well 3 horseshoes. One behind your medial malleolus, which is the bumpy bone right on the ankle. And then we're going to do an anchor right around it. And then another horseshoe right on top of the malleolus. And then another one right on top of your other anchor for your anchor, next anchor. And then another one. So after the 3rd time doing that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do your heel locks, which you start all the way at the top and you come around behind the foot and then you wrap it around. And then you're going to do another one on the other side. And then after that, you're going to do 2 figure eights. just as they sound, you wrap them around to make an 8. And then you're going to close that up, starting from the bottom to the top to push the swelling up instead of down. And that's all finished. And you're good to go. Return to all the fun activities.
So there are many career pathways you can go to from here. You just saw some demonstrations as far as an athletic trainer. All right, that's a person that, evaluated the injury and did some taping. Also a physical therapist or physical therapist assistant. That's what Kyle did as far as the rehab, the strengthening of the muscles and the balance. And then also an athletic trainer as far as Haley doing the ankle taping. So with this program, you can go anywhere from here. But some of the certifications you can get in exercise science, sports medicine is the first aid and CPR and AED training certification, the physical therapy A certification, the OSHA card, and the ACE personal training. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Bristol. I'm a senior at Laurel for dental assisting.
I'm Kira. I am here for dental assisting. I'm also a senior.
And we're the people that at the dentist, when you get your teeth worked on, we're normally holding the suction and we're normally keeping things running smoothly for the dentist.
Okay, today we're going to go through like what we're going to be showing you. It's going to be an impression or our model we have here. It's just going to be either the top or bottom, just one. And what else? That's pretty much it. Okay, so what we have here is we get 2 bowls. They're silicone bowls. And then we have a measuring cup. You just put water in it. And then we have alginate, which what makes the model for the impression. Is there a chart here? Yeah. Talk about something.
So impressions normally are used for dentures, retainers, just to take a mold of your teeth and how they fit together.
Talk about how we learned what to do.
Ms. West, our instructor, actually, the way she taught us was kind of different. She kind of did like a trial and error until we got a perfect mix, and we just learning to make it perfect.
So what I'm doing here is I do 2 scoops of alginate, and you pour it in this silicone bowl, and then you measure out 2 scoops of water. And then you're going to mix the alginate with the water. You have to try to mix quickly also so it doesn't set up and where you cannot be able to put it in the tray and get the impression you want.
I chose dental so that I would have something immediately after high school, to where I didn't have to rely on my parents very much after high school.
Okay, so before you even enter the impression tray in the mouth, you have to always put like some alginate in there so it's not like sticking when you try to pull it out. So when you start to put the tray in, you're going to start from the back of your teeth, press down, and then go up. And then you always have to have 2 fingers to hold it in place. And then it usually takes about just like a minute, honestly, to set it up. And you can tell if you have like extra alginate hanging over, you can tell by if your finger imprint is in there and then it's still not set up. So once you can't see your thumbprint on the tray, then you're gonna wiggle from the back and then go down and pull out. And then you have a perfect impression.
And normally what we do with this is we normally pour soda up in it, but for time purposes we're not going to do that today. And it shows how like your arch of your teeth are and how they all fit together. You send it off to the lab and it gets fitted for a retainer, or dentures can be made with it for the patient.
Okay. It can also be like, okay, so in my mouth I have a bonded retainer. So you're going to do an impression of the mandibular on the bottoms, and they'll do the impression, they'll pour it up, and then they'll like see where your teeth are, where they need to put the wire. So, I mean, it also is for that also. So, I'm going to be furthering my career in Cleveland, Ohio at Cuyahoga Community, and I'm going to go there for a 2-year dental hygiene program.
And what's the difference between dental assisting and dental hygiene?
Hygienists normally they do the routine cleanings of your teeth, and assistants just are working with the doctor side by side and helping.
Explaining what you're not allowed to do.
Explaining how like. Let's turn this off. And as a dental assistant, we're not allowed to go past the gum line, and we are not allowed to give injections, things like that, for anesthetic. I plan on going to Sinclair to further my career in hygiene for 2 years.
And how does having this dental assisting stuff that you're doing first, how does that help you in the next step?
I mean, honestly, it's like a free $15,000 programming. So first of all, it's good for that. You're getting your basic needs that you would be able to get in just like any school that you have to pay for. And you're also able to pick up any classes that like you can help me. Like you can pick up college classes while you're here.
Yeah, you can do college credit plus classes here. And yeah.
I mean, it's a really good program. I would offer it to anybody. Yeah.
And have you guys had any connections with like local dentists or anything? Do you do any job shadowing and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we're required to do 3 job shadows in your senior year. But if you're a junior, you can job shadow whenever you'd like. And we also offer like a placement thing where you can actually go out during your hours of lab and go out to the office and work. And it can be like nonprofit, or you can get paid.
Thanks, ladies. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Health Technology. My name is Mac. I'm Brittany, and we're going to take you on a tour of our lab, Health Technology. Where are you going? Here, my friend Caitlin is taking blood pressure on Nick. And then, so what she's doing is she has a pulse ox on his finger, and that checks his oxygen in his blood. And then, right over here, she is taking his blood pressure on his arm. Do you want to tell him what it is?
It was 180/60.
And then, what is his pulse ox?
His oxygen is 99 and his pulse is 75.
Awesome.
He is in good range. 180 is his systolic and 60 is his dystolic. Systolic is when the heart is working, and dystolic is when the heart is resting.
This is Mackenzie, and she is applying sutures, but as PCAs, which is patient care technicians, we aren't allowed to put the sutures in, but we are allowed to take them out. So while we're practicing, we're allowed to put them in, but on real people, we're not allowed to do that. A physician or a nurse practitioner would put them in.
But PCAs, us, we can remove sutures and staples. While we're doing that, we want to keep count of every suture and staple that we take out to make sure that we have all of them out and counted for.
Anything else you want to say?
Okay. Over here.
here is Carly and Haley. They are performing a blood glucose test. This is used to test somebody's blood sugar, mainly for diabetics.
I'm going to stick you on 3. 1, 2. Hold this on there. So normal blood sugar ranges from 70 to 100 if they haven't eaten, and then if they eat, it is 70 to 120. You're going to hold that.
What was hers? Is it normal?
It is 110, so it is normal.
Awesome. Over here is our friend Lexi. She is performing a phlebotomy puncture.
So before you take the blood, you want to apply this little rubbery thing. It's called a tourniquet. It's going to slow down the blood going to the heart. So when you have that on, we're going to take an alcohol prep pad and clean that area so we don't get any germs or anything in the vein. Wipe that off. We're going to take our needle, and we have our vacutainer that's going to catch the blood. You want to be careful when you're taking this off not to stick yourself. There's a little pointy thing called a devil. You're going to have that straight up. And you're going to feel until it feels like a little bit of a pop. And then you're going to place your fingers and push that in. And it's going to start filling up with blood. You have these certain tests, the test for your blood glucose. They have a lot of blood tests that you would take for these. And you don't want to press this down. So as soon as you get it out, you want to place it right on there. And usually they'll hold it. And then you're going to take it, and you're going to place it in the sharps. You're going to put their name and everything on it, and then turn it in.
And that's all we have for health technology.
Well, we also can tell them.
Guys, we have a couple questions from them, from the students, so if you would answer them for me, that would be awesome. So one of the questions that the 5th graders had was, do students take general education classes, so classes besides your lab? Would you explain how that works?
Yeah, during your junior year and your senior year, you'll take a math, a science, a reading, and a history class.
Or Laurel, sorry.
You start your junior and senior year, so about 16 to 18 is how old you'll be when you come here.
Okay. And the next one, this is funny for Keontae, wants to know, what happens if someone passes out when you're working on them?
We assist them to the floor, and then we put them in the recovery position, and we call for help.
How about, Emma wants to know, does it cost money to go to Laurel?
Nope, you just pick whichever lab you would like to go in, and then they will give you a supplies list, which really, for our lab, we just had to provide our own scrubs, and that was all that we really needed to come here.
But if that's a concern for you, they will help you if you need it.
The dental question was, how much do dental assistants make in a year? Do you guys have any idea what that kind of it rounds out to?
Oh, I have no clue.
Honestly, it just depends on what you do too, because there's so many different fields in the dental. So like orthodontics.
In which area you work in, I think it depends too. Like if you live in a bigger city, you'll get paid more.
Okay. So it just kind of depends on what you're doing as far as the area of specialty,
Yes.
and then also where you're going to go at.
Yeah.
We didn't meet you guys, so introduce yourselves and say your name, and then
Brooke.
go ahead.
Oh, hi, I'm Brooke.
And what school are you from, Brooke?
Miami Trace.
I'm Caitlin. I'm from Wilmington.
And I'm Jessica. I'm from East Clinton.
Okay, and what? Why did you guys pick dental?
I just thought it'd be cool to work on teeth. I thought it'd be fun and you meet new people.
Get out of my comfort zone.
Right.
I just thought it was something different because, you know, there's not really many people that choose the whole dental field, so.
Okay. We got another question from the 5th graders. How many students are in the various programs?
In our lab, I think we have either 15 or 16 students, all from different schools.
How about in health tech, guys?
25.
25?
Well, our lab is so competitive that we just recently doubled our lab. So now we hold 50 students at a time.
And another one about, do you ever practice on each other or other people?
All the time, almost every day.
Yep. We have to have, I think it's 30 successful punctures on other people.
And we do our clinicals with the Christ Hospital on the football morale.
Last year, we got our STNA, which is State Tested Nursing Assistants, so we are able to work in nursing homes. And then we also got our CPR and First Aid. This year, first semester, we get our PCA, which is being able to work in a hospital. And then next semester, we will get to choose whether we want to be phlebotomists or if we want to be medical assistants. I want to be a pediatrics nurse, so I wanted to get as far ahead as I could.
I came here because anatomy just really clicked with me really well. My biggest aspiration is to become a teacher, but until then, I think I'm just going to grind to become a doctor.
I did not know I wanted to go into OBGYN when I got here, but now as I got experience, I think I'd rather go into pediatrics with children.
I want to be a psychiatric nurse. I thought this would be a good help for me to get up my foot in the door.
I want to go into peds, and I thought coming here would push me to go to it.
Alright, so we have another question. It says, is the dental program hard? So what do you guys think about that?
Our junior year was kind of hard. It was mostly book work, getting the introduction of everything you really needed to know. And the senior year was really easy. You get to go back out and work in the lab and do it on each other. It was really fun.
It's more of a challenge than anything, but it's to help prepare you for everything you're going to know when you actually go out to the field.
Here at Laurel Oaks, we do, we really like to be involved in our homeschools. Some kids like to leave early to go to their homeschools to make it on time. Kyle is in wrestling, and then Lyric here is also in cheerleading, and then soccer for Haley.
Okay, cool. And then they want to know, does it hurt to have physical therapy from one of the students? So when you're doing physical therapy on each other, does it hurt?
No.
We try not to hurt each other.
Yeah, we don't want to do that, do we? All right. How many programs? You guys know how many programs there are at Laurel? 17.
When I came here, I only had probably 1 or 2 friends that I really knew, and when I ended up meeting a lot of new people here, and we all ended up getting along pretty well. Really no problems overall. Everybody gets along really well, actually. We all like each other to some degree. So.
How long has Laurel been in Wilmington? And Laurel Oaks was actually our first campus at the Oaks, and believe it or not, it used to be an Air Force base. And when we first started, the students came and lived here. Did you guys know that? They actually had dorms and housing, and they lived on site here in an old Army barracks. But they don't do that anymore. These guys all go home every day. But Laurel is undergoing a huge transformation. These guys are living with construction. You may be able to hear some beeping in the background. Those are they're outside working. So what they're going to do is totally rehab, connect. There's 2 different buildings. They're going to build a connection between the 2 of them, and are doing some different things with I think it's a 2-year process. So it'll be a brand new space with some fun new programs and classrooms and all kinds of things with that too. But the Oaks is getting ready to celebrate. Next year will be 50 years